How's it going, Ever?
Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Today, I have a little lo-fi music playing, and I think I'm going to start things off a little bit different. I'm going to, first, I'm going to watch a few videos. I have like 3 YouTube videos I wanted to watch. And then I wanted to that's when I will switch over to the Rising of that, and we'll go from there. I hope you all enjoy what I have picked out today. Thinking about starting a Reddit or something, and maybe having that where videos can be posted to, but right now I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just about ready to switch over, but as we wait, we can enjoy some of this wonderful music that I have here. Personally, I wonder if maybe it got muted from last stream. Doesn't look like it, did it? I wonder if I can edit this already. No. This is still going on. It won't let me edit the title. It started wrong. Okay. Yes, I agree. Started off a little late today, but I had my reasons. Let me turn on the mic. Well, not the mic, but the webcam. Let's switch to our browser stream. Think about making be a lot bigger this part. Ooh. I'm gonna set it right here in the middle of it. I might actually make this just a little bit smaller. That way you can see what I'm watching, but it's not like it makes it look like you know, I'm like more of the focus of this, you see? Even though I'm, you know, it's just a window. But here we go. Let me pause this music. And let's get on in here.
What's going on, guys? This is
First, I wanted to start off by watching Comics Explain. So you can watch him here. He's right here. Pretty cool. He makes a lot of reviews over you know, Marvel comics, DC comics. Sometimes he did Impossible. He'll jump out and do a few other like comics. He doesn't do anime or manga, but he just focuses on, like, you know, American comics for the most part. He did, I think, do something with Avatar. He does some stuff with Star Wars now. He does some with Star Wars now due to them being owned by Disney and Marvel now taking over the you know, the comic side of things, I guess, making the comic. But yeah, let's get into this.
Rob, and we are back with another installment of our Beyond Omega Level series where we go over the origins and powers of the strongest characters in comics. And today's video was suggested by a viewer with the user.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're watching Beyond. I guess I forgot. We were watching Beyond Omega Level Alpha. So they're, like he said, they kind of go over the powers and abilities of a lot of these characters. So let me cut this up. So what a Beyond Omega level character normally is, like, they have different ranks. Like some are like Gamma, Beta, Alpha, Omega, and then like Omega level, there might be some other rankings there. Actually, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Look up Marvels. Oh, is this it? Oh, oh my goodness. How do we look this up? It's mutant. Hold on. So it's Marvel Mutant power ranking. Class level classification. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so the mainstream universes and their features. So they're Greek number classification. So you have alpha level and alpha class. These, like, that'd be like what, Cyclops, and then you have beta, which I guess, does it give like a little synopsis? Okay, so there's a lot of different. Oh my goodness, there's so many different. Okay, we're gonna do the mainstream one. So yeah, they have alpha level, which is like, I guess, the lowest. Then you have, which is kind of like Cyclops. They're like on a lower level, local level. Can't really, you know, they don't really do do anything on like a they can't. Well, I guess it's kind of like how do the power scalers do it? So an alpha level, they probably be like city breakers. Like Cyclops could like walk in a city and he can mess stuff up. But like if it came to him like well, actually I don't know. I don't know. I guess he could just laser stuff. People could just hit him with like a bullet. He would die. Like he could probably take over a city or a town or something. But like his power is not gonna like destroy the earth. Whereas like beta level, they could probably take over like a continent type deal. Though like who's in here? So Stepher Cuckoos. Wait, hold on. Mutant power level classes never still have omega level mutants. Potential. What is beta? What, man, can we find? Let's find a different one, man. Let's find a better one. That one is not straightforward. Okay, here we go. CBR. How reliable are they? So we have omega level mutants. These people are the most powerful class of mutants. You know, they're the ones that can like take over the world. But you have alpha. Yeah. What is alpha? Let's get. However, the second most powerful. What can omega level do? Pretty much omega levels can like destroy the entire like universe or dimension. Dude, Ollie is getting turned over here, man. He's having big fun. And then like beta level people are like Forge, someone who can like who just has like basic levels. But let's just get back to the video.
Name I should be studying. Which is amazing. And this might be the first character we've covered that has actually been canonically, I always have a hard time pronouncing this word, that has actually been officially designated as explicitly being beyond Omega level in Marvel Comics. Something that a lot of you guys may not know. Oftentimes, when it comes to a character being considered beyond or beyond Omega level, they're not often inferred or directly stated as being that level of power. It's more the things they've done with the power they have that puts them in that category. But while this...
That's true, because like they've always mentioned a lot of these, I guess, rankings in the comics, yet they never straight up say like Iceman is this level mutant kind of deal. But they will describe like an omega level mutant is someone who can destroy the known world type deal. And then they'll be like, ah, you're like, which mutants could potentially do that or have done that? Like Wanda in the House of, what is it? The House of Mutants? Or House of, yeah. House of M. Sorry, the House of M. Like, she just destroyed everything. He covered this here, but, bruh.
This character has the potential to be the greatest threat the Marvel Universe has ever seen. He has an incredibly boring name, Alpha. So Alpha was created by Dan Slott and Humberto Ramos and first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 692 in 2012. Now in this issue, we're introduced to a student at Midtown High named Andy Maguire, named after the two actors who had played Spider-Man at that point in time.
They really named this guy Andy Maguire? Okay. I'm not mad, but I don't know why. But I don't know, man. I'm just gonna listen to it.
Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Now Andy is largely ignored by his parents and is basically your average student. He's not...
You know, that is always the making of a great superhero. You know, someone with great potential, but yet ignored by the world.
Not especially smart or athletic or even popular. But one day he forges his father's signature on a permission slip and goes on a field trip to Horizon Labs, where Peter Parker shows off his new discovery, which he's humbly named Parker Particles. Now Parker Particles, as
Parker Particles. You know, you gotta keep it simple, you know? Gotta let it roll off the tongue.
Peter explains, are a form of energy tied to the expansion of the universe and are capable of producing near limitless power. So you can probably figure out where this is going. But during the demonstration, one of the scientists disengages the safeties on the equipment, causing the energy created by the particles to break containment. And as you have probably predicted, Andy Maguire finds himself doused in energy. Now, not only does he survive, much to the surprise of everybody.
Are you telling me the Parker Particles if you fell in them, you know, in just the right way, and so happen to be a Giga Chad, you could just survive this and end up with superpowers.
Watching, but he immediately manifests superhuman abilities as he creates a
I guess you can.
force field to shield his classmates from falling debris. Now, naturally, Andy's parents hire attorneys and they threaten Horizon Labs with a lawsuit for nearly killing their son. But the lab
So your son goes on a field trip and ends up with superpowers. Hold on. I'd probably be mad too. I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably be a little upset. Probably be like, what the heck? Like, what is going on here?
brings in the world's foremost experts in studying superhumans, Reed Richards, Tony Stark, Hank Pym, and Hank McCoy, also known as Beast, all of whom are basically there to try to find a
I wonder when this takes place canonically. But if this guy is as powerful as he is, he's probably, you know, not going to, I don't know, he's probably not going to, you know, be written a lot, because it's not really fun to have a character who's like super overpowered and then they're able to just like snap their fingers and fix the problem, because the enemies that you have to give them, you know, they're almost not relatable at times. But teaches on.
solution. Now, in the examination of Andy Maguire, they find that
Well, I take that back. I would like to watch him learn how to use his powers, because just because he can almost do anything does not mean he can do anything, because he's going to have a hard time being able to learn how to do it just right, because he's going to make mistakes and or be unsure of himself and have a lot of mental blocks. So actually I probably would like to watch it if it was from like the beginning until he became a god, and then I would like to see him like, you know, pass the mantle on to a new age. But that's whatever.
every cell in his body has been permeated by the Parker particles, and that they constantly charge and recharge to provide him a variety of superhuman abilities. In their assessment, they determined that Andy's list of powers include energy projection, super strength, super speed, and flight. Pretty much run-of-the-mill stuff for any superhero. Furthermore, they discovered
Sorry, that is true. Like, if you are to be a decent superhero, you need to have like what, super speed, super strength, be able to fly, probably have, you know, at the same time a super level of durability to be able to withstand the ability to run fast and fly. Because if you know, are flying hella fast and like hit the ground, you're probably gonna die.
that Andy is only able to use one of these powers at a time. So for instance, he cannot fly and use energy projection at the same time. He can only do one or the other. But here's where things get interesting, because undoubtedly you're asking yourself, how in the world does the ability to fly and punch hard make this guy beyond Omega level? Patience, Rob.
So you're telling me he has, okay, so his power, he has the ability to do whatever, but he only can do everything one time. He can do only one thing at a time. So it's like, if he wants to run fast, he can't fly. Well, I mean, that makes sense. But if he's flying, he can't shoot beams. That's kind of lame, because if you have to go to the sky, well, I guess he could do it. I guess it would work. It wouldn't be that bad. Because like it would be like you have to learn how to use. He would have to like learn how to use his powers. You know what I'm saying? Like he could like shoot himself up. Like, well, if he has to stay in I don't know. That'd be really difficult. That sounds like really a hard cap. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Patience. So here's where things get interesting. As Reed Richards tells Peter that over time, Andy's powers will continue to grow, this is because they are tied to the universe itself. And the universe,
Of course. Of course, his abilities are tied to the universe.
Is constantly expanding. Reed even says that while the Hulk, the Sentry, and the Phoenix Force are designated as Omega level threats, that Andy goes beyond that and will eventually become the first ever Alpha level threat, which doesn't really make sense from a naming perspective because Alpha comes before Omega in the Greek alphabet. And also, when clarifying mutants, Alpha level mutants are already a thing, and they're not as powerful as Omega level mutants, but whatever. The point is that Andy
We covered that earlier. We were talking about how alpha mutants are.
Maguire is stated to be beyond an Omega level threat, so we don't even have to debate whether or not he belongs on this list because we know he does. Marvel told us he does. And the fact that he will one day surpass the Phoenix Force really lets us know that he's one of the biggest threats the Marvel Universe has ever seen. Now, because he's so powerful, and because Peter Parker is partially to blame for him existing, it's decided that Spider-Man will be responsible for training Andy. Furthermore, to avoid a lawsuit, Horizon Labs agrees to a lucrative contract for Andy to be a spokesman for them, which leads to him becoming a superhero and adopting the name Alpha. Now, Peter Parker, who is believed
okay, so he gets, so to avoid the lawsuit they're like, we'll help you with your powers and you can become a spokesman for us.
to be an associate of Spider-Man, among other things, makes the suits and stuff like that, is basically put in charge of making a suit for Alpha, but he foolishly does not include a mask, meaning that the whole world knows Alpha's real identity. This means that back at school, Andy Maguire's now the big man on campus, and of course, all the fame and popularity goes to his head and turns him into just a ridiculous dick. Now, when the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man encounter a monster named Giganto, their combined
How can the smartest people in the world, hear me out, how can the smartest people in the world, you know, Spider-Man, Reed Richards, you know, Hank Pym, Beast, you know, Bruce Banner, all these cats, you know, looking over this young individual as a superhero, you know, and understand the hubris that comes with being a superhero, especially Peter Parker, who, you know, the whole comes great power, comes great responsibility. You know, that whole thing that we had to go through two franchises. Luckily, the third was a little unique, but you get what I'm saying. They should know he's a young teenager. He just got the ability to flex on anyone and everyone at will. You know, whenever he want, he got the free ticket. No bully gonna tell him what to do. You know, the teacher's gonna be like, "Yo, Andrew, stop talking." He's gonna be like, "Me, stop talking. I'm Alpha." You know, who are you? Um, I am. I don't know. I feel like they should have seen that one coming.
efforts prove to be insufficient to defeat it. Despite being told, of course, to stay out of the conflict, Alpha comes to their aid and defeats Giganto with one punch, officially making him One Punch Man. But as the press gathers around, Alpha declares that he is on his way to joining the Avengers, and that Spider-Man has been designated his sidekick. And so all the heroes have basically figured out that at this point, Alpha's gonna be a problem. Now, Alpha continues to become an increasingly horrible human being, and he, his family, his lawyer, and a girl that he was cheating on his girlfriend with are all kidnapped by the Jackal, who clones Alpha, but the clones don't have Alpha's power.
Dude, this guy got power and became dude. So he's like a supervillain now, or man, he sounds like a dick.
Since his DNA was not actually altered. Now, after being rescued, Alpha kills his clones and decides he's had enough of being mentored and moves to New York to increase his celebrity status. This, of course, leads to Peter Parker to decide that something has to be done about this guy. So as Peter searches for a way to rid
This guy, I feel like he's on his way to becoming a supervillain, man. Like, bruh, is this what you would call a tragic villain? Or what? Like, what kind of villain is it? He's just like, yeah, I got powers now. I'm an asshole. This reminds me of Brightburn. I got Brightburn. What is it called? Let me look this up. Yeah, was it Brightburn? What was that? What was it? What was it? Yeah, dude, this movie right here. Pretty much the same thing. super kid gets he wakes up one day and he's like, "Hey man, I got powers," and ain't nobody telling him what's good about the powers, so he just flexes on everyone and anyone, and except he doesn't do the whole like, I'm on my way to be an Avenger, superhero culture is accepted, and Peter Parker is my sidekick. He did none of that. Dude, my glasses are broken. I need to get new ones. Remind me, Chad, to get new glasses.
Alpha of his powers, the Earth is attacked by a villain named Terminus. But this guy draws the attention of the Avengers, including Thor, Captain Marvel, Vision, Iron Man, and Captain America, and even with all that power, they're unable to defeat Terminus. Naturally, of course, they turn to the biggest weapon they have, which happens to be Alpha, who shows up and starts pelting Terminus with energy blasts. Now, even though this is effective in defeating Terminus, the energy that's deflected in battle knocks several planes out of the sky, including one with Aunt May on board, because what's a Spider-Man story if Aunt May's life's not in jeopardy? Of course, Spider-Man saves Aunt May and then also takes some of the tech that Terminus used to deflect Alpha's attacks and figures out a way to drain Alpha of his energy, which basically...
Damn, this guy... Hey, thank you, Hosh. I get him. My glasses are a little busted, but thank you, man. You the best. Probably gonna be playing that V Rising game later. I don't know. Not a lot of people I know are on him, but it's pretty fun.
Depowers him and forces.
But man, I'm doing something different with the videos. So I'm starting off doing like just chatting, watching a few of these, like watching a few videos that I got, talking about them, and then getting in there. I mean, this guy Alpha, man, so far, even though his powers seem pretty cool, he was an ass, and he seemed to like he was on his way to becoming a villain, I do say.
Forces him to go back to his old life as a nobody at Midtown High. Now,
dude, imagine that. You have superpowers for like a week and you're an ass to like everybody in school, your family. This guy even cheated on his girlfriend because he was like, I'm a Giga Chad. Peter Parker says enough, and takes your powers and sends you back on your way. Woo!
Later,
that had me messed up.
After Otto Octavius switches bodies with Peter Parker, he decides to give Alpha 10% of his power back under the pretense of giving Alpha a second chance.
Wait, so this guy... Hold on, let me go back.
As a nobody,
this doesn't canonically make sense because Peter wasn't working for Horizon Labs when he was Superior Spider-Man. So if
Midtown High. Now later, after Otto Octavius switches bodies with...
See, that doesn't make sense. Hold on, that doesn't make sense because Peter Parker wasn't with Horizon Labs, prior to Superior Spider-Man. And so this guy couldn't have got his powers before Peter had been actually Dr. Octavius. So I think this is a mix-up, maybe, in this guy. Because right now, he's saying Dr. Octavius took over Peter's body, which he would have already had his body if Peter was working for Horizon Labs, which he is working for Horizon Labs, and must have just was like, here's your powers back, buddy. But this doesn't make sense. It's whatever.
Peter Parker, he decides to give Alpha 10% of his power back under the pretense of giving Alpha a second chance to prove himself worthy of being a superhero. But in reality, it was an attempt to basically harness the power for himself, which you would expect because Dr. Octopus is nothing if not a dick. So the story that follows this is pretty unremarkable if I'm being honest. But the one thing we do learn from it is that Alpha has a power not previously mentioned, which is matter manipulation. And if you've followed our Beyond Omega level series, series, you'll probably recognize that this is a very common power for Beyond Omega level characters, as it basically allows them to do whatever they want. The trouble with this, and really with Alpha as a whole, is that we don't ever really see him put his powers on display. Other than beating up aliens who are too much for the Fantastic Four or the Avengers, which isn't really that much of a surprise, we really don't get to see Alpha do much. We're just told that he has the potential to become an Alpha level threat. But hey, at the rate Sony's optioning movies based on obscure Spider-Man characters, maybe we'll see an Alpha movie and see more of his powers on display. I have no idea. You debate in the comments whether or not it's a good idea that Sony's doing this.
I actually would like to see that because Alpha, he gave me Brightbird energy. That's all I'm saying. He gave me Brightbird energy. I don't know if y'all ever seen Brightburn, but I don't know. This guy gave me Brightburn energy. I'm gonna like. And
so ideally, this
we're
game
gonna
I
watch
don't really
this.
have
We're
to
gonna
do
watch
that
this right
much
here.
because our
We're gonna watch some of the Rain Man. This is the second video. I have a third video. It's like a little murder mystery. I'm going to do like a little hold on. Do like a little mark. Boop, boop, boop. And boom. And marker. Okay. So right now I'm gonna go we're gonna watch this one. I wanted to watch the Rain Man video, and I've been following him. I've been following the Rain Man. He's TRM plays, you know. I've been following this guy since 2009. Not this channel, but I've been liking him. You know what I'm saying? I just found out he had TRM plays because I started getting into YouTube a few years ago. So probably been subbing to him for a few years on here. But like, the Rain Man was my favorite pro player whenever League of Legends pro scene started off. He played solo top. I played solo top, and I was like, I like this guy. And then one day Dyrus, took his place on Team Solo Mid, and I like Dyrus too. But the Rain Man, there was just something special about the memery content that he provided. And thank you for the follow. Make Turkey great again. 2023. Thank you for the follow. All right, I'm gonna hit this play button, and we're gonna watch it, and I'll pause it whenever I want to talk about something.
Akshan gets to play AD.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start right now. All right, he's been playing Teemo for the last little bit, just to troll. I think a lot of people hate Teemo. Teemo is also one of my favorite top lanes. He's so annoying. You just put mushrooms everywhere. You gotta love mushrooms, and you just poison everything. You know, just mess up people's day. Excuse me. All right, let's get this.
And the strat basically.
Did any of y'all play League? I used to play League for like 6 years. I played until like 2016, and then I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. Some of my buddies play. I can't play. I used to play like every day. I used to play every day until like I get off school, play League of Legends, and I would do this. And I just, man, I can't do it anymore, man. This game, I try to play it, and then people don't ward, and it just triggers me. If they don't ward, I get ganked, and then I'm like, it's over.
I mean, that's all your sums. I don't think that kills. So GP establishing the lane dominance. Blows both of his sums. ITP back.
Thing is, used to play both of these characters a lot. Draven sucks. Camp bot. You gotta love. Hosh, remember League of Legends? Remember we used to play? How angry we all used to get. It's like playing the Monopoly.
With nothing, to be fair. I literally did not buy a single thing. I could have bought a pod, but that was it. Now he's gonna recall and he's gonna walk back to lane. I feel like he loses out on that exchange. But after the Udyr game, I won 2, which I think means I'm 50% win rate right now. And I did say in a previous video that I would not be starting over, which I mean, I do say a lot in my videos. That's not really a good enough reason to, yeah, that guy fed the first blood. And my bad, dude, my bad. I should be there. I should be helping you jungle, my bad. It's my problem. My bad. That's my fault.
Dude, I think Ollie's mad at me.
I should be helping that. Because I'm the jungler. I queued up for the jungle role. We're double jungle. I queued that role. It's a new role, by the way. Yeah, the Warwick invades, tries to ward the enemy blue, and gets caught like there by like 4 dudes, and then just dies level 1. Feeds the Yi a kill. Yi has a dagger. To be fair, if anything goes bad, you know, it's the team's fault. Just accept responsibility for your Warwick's actions, and then everything will be fine. After pinging me MIA, he's gonna gank top, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's another thing I dislike about the pings, bruh. They kept adding them options in there, man. It just wouldn't do it.
Thank you for that. That was very helpful. We actually win this, I think. I think we win this. I really do. Like, it's not a game to not test it too. Like, if you think you can. Oh.
That's actually pretty clean. I'm kind of surprised he got that.
If you think you can.
But then again, this is I'm pretty sure Rayman got I'm pretty sure he got professional playing like Teemo top, just because a lot of people don't know how to deal with him. Just hella annoying as an individual to play as.
And just YOLO it, you know what I'm saying? Now, ideally, if this game was for normal humans, if that play goes bad after we test to see, you know, if that play can work, I could leave, because I really don't care about playing with this Warwick. He's a little bit deranged, a little bit too deranged for me. I'm on a no derangement policy this morning, and this Warwick.
I wonder if he's gonna go in there and dive him. That'd be so annoying.
Is violating that policy. He tanking creeps. Appreciate him autoing me there. But yeah, so if my memory served me right, I think I first picked Teemo this game because this guy was hovering Akshan like 3rd, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play AP so you can play 80 mid and we just win the game off of that. But looks like he's not following that protocol.
He did go into there.
Call too well, and the GP that counterpicked me is actually getting stomped on with his attempted cheese that just did not work out. Let's go plated into Leeching Leer. My lord, look at that buy. We all just take a moment to appreciate the perfection
Seems like a really good buy.
of that buy. The item set. Cut it off. Warwick is just not
What's that Warwick
with
doing,
it.
bro?
He ain't with it, dude. There's a certain level of derangement that's required to play Warwick jungle, though, I will say. This guy's.
I remember Warwick's old ultimate. I don't know if it's still the same, but you should just like teleport on them, and you're just like. It was good, but you could just get stunned easily. If they had any CC on their team, your ultimate was useless. Like any CC and Warwick you can't do anything with Warwick.
Give me kill number 3 for the killing spree. Draven's running it. Draven's running it. It's over. You guys, don't be like the Draven, you guys. Every game is winnable. Don't buy a tier on Draven, okay? No, Draven, no. So I'm 6-4, and no matter what happens, I'm not restarting it. If I lose 5 in a row.
Is this man's playing Caitlyn top?
You know, I'm gonna keep playing on this count. Or maybe I'll just quit the game, I don't know. No one would be sad about that, I think.
Hold on. Kate, I hope your computer breaks for what you're playing. Oh, hell.
Playing
That's so toxic.
Or maybe I'll just quit the game, I don't know. No one would be sad about that, I think. But yeah, so I second pick Kate. I don't think I saw the Wukong when I picked Kate. Like, I'm almost certain. He picked, knowing that he was picking into a Caitlyn, but he had no idea where the Caitlyn was going. And he's now in this predicament where, you know, he can't really walk up to do anything. Oh my god. Oh, crap. So I was trying to roleplay the Wukong. We have a Mundo jungle and they have a Graves jungle. Oh. Who wins the game?
You guys win the
Mundo
game? Y'all win because y'all got a Mundo jungle.
Big top gap.
Yep.
And the Graves tried to save his top lane, and now he's getting gapped by one of the worst junglers in the game because of this massive monstrosity of a Caitlyn top. See my HP right now?
That was the worst. That was the.
And he sacrificed.
That was the worst gank. That gank right there. If it if it did not throw, like if the Rain Man's team was not winning, that gank right there alone tilted tilted into their favor. Like psychologically, Wukong and Graves right now, bro. Wukong and Graves right now, I bet are just mauling. I like it's Wukong's already mad that they are just stuck under the under the tower, and Caitlyn can just free farm, and I don't believe Wukong can even get close enough to Caitlyn to use his his gap close because Caitlyn's range is so long. So Caitlyn can just free farm while Wukong is just forced to just sit here and even can be attacked under turret, which is what I'm saying. So like Wukong, if I can move the screen, Wukong has to stay like right here, and then Caitlyn can just like come like right here and zone him out if it's warded.
Sacrifice his life
Tragic.
so that my HP could be at this point. Now, unfortunately for him, the Wukong is still getting annihilated. He's gonna have to come back to
cannot
top
do anything. This Wukong cannot do anything.
and make it so this guy can farm. And meanwhile,
But he's so far up. Like if he's only that close up to the minions because, the closer he is to the minions, the further, Wukong has to go back. But because Wukong is scary, he's very scared.
if he wants to go for that cannon, if he wants to go for any CS actually,
Yeah.
or
See.
take Tower Aggro there, no. He actually got the cannon, I think. He actually might be dead here.
Yeah. Bro, you should have beat.
11 CS. Wukong just dismantled.
Wukong should have beat.
He has no one to blame but himself. He
Yeah.
picked that champion and he saw the Caitlyn. And you guys are gonna have to take my word for that one. There's so many dodges now that like I try to do commentary in the lobby and then the game's dodged and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. And they were trying for a trap max this game. I don't think I've hit a single trap yet. And yeah, he's just
Wukong
gonna be
should've backed.
CSing in a minefield this game
Oh my goodness.
of traps.
I still feel so bad for Wukong.
We got an
right
Alistair
now.
roam. Bot is getting gapped, so they have nothing to do bottom. Might as well just show top and say what's up to the top laner type of deal. Looks like Wukong's gonna be put in a heightened state of awareness here.
Oh man. Oh
Oops.
man.
he just
Oh
walked in.
man. Wukong just got smacked. He just got 2v1. Oh lord, I feel so bad. Dude, I wonder if they're gonna surrender. This is 9 minutes in. It's 8-3. Oh dang, he's about to take the top turret. They got Herald.
Both the traps.
Yikes. Damn.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't
hold
like
on. Hold on.
greatness. This game. Okay. Walked into both the traps.
Yeah, let's watch this live.
Oops.
Okay, yeah, he did hit both
He just-
traps. This is gonna
he
slow
just
it down.
Walked into both the traps. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think a lot of things are funny about
I bet
this
he was
game,
so
but
mad. I wonder if he got double their debuff for that. Oh. Oh.
that was definitely a moment of greatness. Jeez, dude.
Bro, you
Chill
didn't
out.
ult. You should have just ult and stayed there after he flashed you and baited that.
He's gonna walk into it.
Yeah.
Why'd he do it? He didn't have to.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god. This is fucking funny.
He has to
As
be
long as
playing
Grace
against
doesn't leave
bronze
the game,
people, bro.
we're cool. As long as he keeps playing till the end. Because the game's not over yet. It's always winnable. You get your little participation trophy at the end. Just for being in the game, you get bonuses. You get the bonus of the experience. You get experience for your character. Your character builds up their levels. Off of even losing, you can still build your character's levels up. There's always a point to play. Even when your Wukong can't really move from his tower. When Wukong can't really farm on tower, it's okay. You can still win. You just play the game out and you get participation reward. Oh yeah, we need to report the Graves. I agree, Wukong. I agree. Not so toxic that Graves left. Negative attitude. Oh yeah, really toxic guy.
Alright, that's this. Alright. I like that one. That's pretty fun. Oh, dang. What is it? It's today the 26th? Oh, it's the 27th. Dude, Rayman, you didn't get a lot of likes on this video, bro. Oh well. We'll give you a like. Alright, this is the last one. We're watching. What am I doing? I am watching and reacting to videos. So right now, I am watching The Cruel Affair of Caroline Crouch. And I'm going to watch the video and I'm going to react to it. And I might react to a few other videos if you like. But that is what I'm doing here today. Excuse me, I'm trying something new. But we are going to get it on. So yes, right now I am watching The Cruel Affair of Caroline Crouch. This is a like murder mystery. So I guess like trigger warning if you're not into murder mysteries and like that kind of stuff. But we're on.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, what we are doing today, we're going to Greece. Yeah, finally, says the 0.1% of people from Greece who, watch me. You got your islands, sun,
We're watching a little video. I guess this one takes place in Greece.
a lot of blue, sky, sea flag.
I like this guy. I watch him. He has videos every like Tuesdays and Thursdays normally. Sometimes he does once a week, but I want to watch. I want to watch this one too. The Art of Fake Hiring of Hitmen too. He did one on that one, so I want to watch that one next. So I'm gonna watch that, and then I'll probably stream or something.
And you've got a lot of history. I mean, I suppose kind of everywhere, you know, has a lot of history. They just decided to jot it down. And this story will add to that history, though maybe not, you know, in the way that they would want. Outside of Athens lies the suburb of Glycanera. And by the way, I really must say, I'm gonna just like butcher some Greek names, so look forward to that. But I'm not the only butcher.
I don't know where this guy's from. I've been trying to figure out, but I always thought he was from like the UK or something, but I don't know. I need to look it up.
So let's give this story a go.
He might be from here, but I don't know.
Athens is where we are chilling today, you know, named after the goddess Athena, the birthplace of democracy. For some, not all. It's got all the hits, you know, all the good ones in its history, and I will go through them now one by one.
Thank you for the recap, bro.
Alright, that about covers that. People have been chilling in that city for over...
You know, he has an accent. He does have an accent. You know, out of all like the little like the murder mystery shows and everything like that, I feel like maybe it's because we're in the States, but a lot of them I feel like happy. There's a lot we dramatize these so much, you know, like we love making TV shows of like people who kill people and just like this people who do bad things. We like to put it on TV. But I guess people are attracted to that kind of thing. I guess I am watching it, so I am proof that people are interested in watching this kind of thing. But I guess on a level, I'm more interested in like why people do this thing. Like why? Why? I'm curious because it's wild. But hey, I don't know.
Over 5,000
I am curious to the reason why people.
years.
I guess to why people do what they do. It's interesting.
If you can believe that. And they sure as skata, that's shit in Greek, left their mark, as much as the gods have. And this story we have here, it plays out very much like one of those good old Greek tragedies I keep hearing so much about. Not really. But this one actually takes place in Greece, so I guess that's like bonus points. Glykanera is a suburb of Athens, located to the northeast.
Oop, hold on. I forgot to do a little marker thing. That boom right here. All right.
Not a whole lot to say about it, other than it was home to a house that was home to Charalambos, Babis, Anagnostopoulos, and Caroline Crouch. Guess which one was Greek and which one was British? It was from the home that they shared together with their 11-month-old baby daughter Lydia that Babis, as he went by, dialed 100. That's the Greek 911. He dialed it.
Now, I was watching this show on HBO, and they have another one that's on the Netflix. It's called The Staircase now. And in the beginning of that, I don't know, man, it sounded just like this. Now, I ain't trying to say, but hey.
With his nose. That was on the 11th of May, 2021. There had been a home invasion. Burglars, they broke in, they tortured Babis and Caroline for their money, for their valuables. And, well, when the police arrived at the house that early morning, they would find Caroline dead. She had been murdered.
I wonder how that happened. So what you're telling me, he called the police that night, and then when the police got there that morning, that she was dead? Or did they come that night and she was dead? Or I'm confused. Some ain't adding up for me right
What
now
happened,
already.
it was believed, was that in the early morning hours of the 11th of May, at about 4 a.m.,
Okay.
3 men, some armed with handguns, broke into the house in that affluent suburb, via the cellar window. A fourth stood outside to keep sketch. Caroline, who was 19 years old, 2 months shy of 20, was sleeping in the attic with her baby.
Okay.
Babis, 33, was sleeping downstairs. He was tied to a chair. Caroline was tortured, then strangled.
How did they know she was in the
family
attic?
dog was also killed. Roxy had been hung from the banister on the stairs.
Come on now. Come on now.
Thankfully, the baby was unharmed. They made off with about 10-ish grand euros and about 20 grand worth of jewellery. And eventually, Babis, he managed to kind of worm his way out. He called the police at 6 a.m. They arrived, they untied Babis, and then they found Caroline upstairs, face down on her bed, with her 11-month-old daughter crying beside her. So, pretty dark, pretty disturbing, and not
Man, that is
at
messed
all
up.
something that occurs often in Greek society. Sure as shit, hope not.
All right. What y'all think happened? Yeah, I don't know, man. You think he paid them to do that? Or they just rob these just guys? How they know they have that money? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna walk in your house and rob you of 10K unless they know you got 10K to be stolen. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody, like, that's just how I feel. Unless they just tweaking. Or somebody sets you up. Or they trying to get somebody else, you know what I'm saying? I understand if they was trying to get it fixed and they was like, bro, we need to just rob these guys with a TV. Something. I don't know, man. Let's keep on with this.
Babis and Caroline had been living together in that 3-story house in Glycanera for about 2 years at this point. Babis, to pay the bills, he was a commercial helicopter pilot, flying around the islands that dot the shit out of the Aegean Sea. Caroline, she was a college student, studying at the University of Piraeus, studying stats, baby. That's statistics. Caroline was the daughter of a British father, Filipino mother, and born in 2001 in Liverpool, UK. She ran into Babis, they first met on the island of Alonissus. That's where she had moved as a child. The whole gang had moved there. They met when Caroline, she was still in school. She was 16, and Babis was...
Whoa, hold on. If she died when she was 19, this happened in like 2020. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do they know she was in the... That's what I said. I don't know how they knew she was... If she was in the attic sleep, how do they know she was up there if they came downstairs? They wouldn't have known anybody else was in the house, nor have a reason to kill her. There's no reason. There would be no reason. Unless somebody was out to get her. And even then, like, why not kill them both? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they went out, they killed the dog. You know what I'm saying? They killed the dog. And, like, they took her out and the dog, but left him and the baby. I mean, I'm glad they left the baby okay. But, like, they took out the dog. Her and the dog. Yeah, they killed her and the dog, which was probably her dog. And to me... Yeah, not the baby. So I mean, like, for me, I feel like he did it because he probably could kill her and the dog, but couldn't kill, take out the baby because that's his. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think he did it. I don't know.
Was 29, so bit weird. He would even fly over her school in his helicopter to impress her. Jesus Christ, dude. They married in Portugal while on holiday in 2019, before moving to Glycanera, adopting little Roxy the dog, 4 cats, and a baby. And their life seemed absolutely fantastic, from the outside, lovely house, lovely wife, lovely life.
It wasn't even their baby. So what he did was, okay, so he's like 20, he was 29, and she was like 16 or something, or younger. I don't know. Well, she was 19 or X when she died, but when they got married, well, he met her when she was 16, and he said he would fly his helicopter over her house to flex. I mean, okay, dude. It's a weird flex, but okay. Not sure if you should be doing that. But then I guess when she turned 19 or whatever, let's run it back. I can run it back, but like they got married, adopted the dog, some cats, and a baby. Like what? Hold on, I'm gonna run this back. So what is it? She was still in school. She was 16, and Babis was
29.
29. So. Okay.
Bit weird.
Yeah.
He would even fly over her school in his helicopter to impress her. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
They married in Portugal while on holiday in 2019, before moving to Glycanera, adopting little Roxy the dog, 4 cats, and a baby.
See? They got married in 2019, adopted the dog, 4 cats, and a baby. Like, did they just want to have a kid, like, instantly, or?
And their life seemed absolutely fantastic, from the outside, lovely house, lovely wife, lovely life. Caroline, she was mad into kickboxing, Babis, a fiend for the L-bikes, and things were great. And neighbors, they would say they were a lovely, lovely young couple. They had it all, and they weren't going to give it back. until May 2021.
Oh man, this happened last year. Damn.
Περιγράφεται, παιδιά, σε κανέναν να μην τύχει. Δεν περιγράφεται, παιδιά.
Ήταν τόσο διαλυτικές στιγμές. Τι ζητάτε τώρα, τι ζητάτε.
Να μην γίνει σε κανέναν άλλον ποτέ ξανά. Τίποτα άλλο. Τα παιδιά ξέρουν τη δουλειά τους, θα τους πιάσουν και αυτό που πέρασα εγώ και η οικογένειά μου και η οικογένεια της γυναίκας μου να μην το περάσει ξανά κανείς ποτέ. Τους παρακαλέσαμε, τους είπαμε ότι έχουμε πού θα βρουν τα χρήματα.
The robbers had made off with so much in cash. The reason Babis and Caroline had that much cash was they were in the process of buying some land outside of the city because they wanted to build their dream house, baby. And I think a lot of Greeks don't keep their money in banks because
Yeah, she's 19. She was 19, 20. And this happened in 2021. This happened like post-COVID. So like, you know, I don't know, man.
because I don't know if you heard, but about over a decade ago they had a spot of trouble there. They had a fear that you might not be able to get it when you need to. When they broke in, Babis cooperated. The cash was in a Monopoly box. Great shit place to hide your kavashta, you decide. Caroline, she didn't try to cooperate though. She tried to fight them off, and that's well, why things ended the way they did. These bad bastards didn't take to kind of that. It's kind of odd though that, you know, she was 19 years old, just mother to an 11-month-old baby. Fighting off these 4 guys who had guns kind of, you know, would go against what you would think her motherly instincts would be. You know, give them the shit and let them get out of here. Nobody needs to get hurt. That was weird. Babis said, though, that these dickheads, when they broke in, they tied him up, they blindfolded him, but he could hear them talking. He couldn't see them, but he could hear them. And he said they spoke with accents. Accents, you say? They spoke in broken Greek. So you can see where this is going. And so, the hunt was on.
So they was trying to blame an American.
It was less than a week later that an arrest was made.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Right on the border between Greece and Bulgaria, in a place called Evros, almost 900 kilometers away by car. A 43-year-old Georgian, not the state, not the font, the country, he was arrested over the murder of Caroline Crouch.
Of course.
Now, he was charged with carrying out another burglary in a house about 20 minutes from Caroline's, where he, along with 4 others, broke into the house of an elderly couple and robbed them. Very much like Caroline's, right? They broke in, they tied up the elderly couple, the ones who lived there, and forced them to hand over all their shit. So, like, well, you know, no shit. But he wasn't a killer, he wasn't terribly violent, what happened to that other couple. So to go from that to murder, well, that's what they say, but you know what? It only takes one. And at the same time, police announced they were looking for a recently released Albanian man in connection with what happened to Caroline.
Man.
Then, a few days later, footage was released. Footage of a suspicious car and motorbike driving away from the scene.
Okay.
This was around the time Babis said they would have fled the home after killing Caroline and the dog. And a neighbor said that bike had been in the area days before, circling the block, scoping out the place.
So either this guy is extremely lucky, he killed his wife, and he's extremely lucky that these guys so happen were, you know, scheming at the same time as, you know, they were about to, you know what I'm saying? They were about to rob somebody else, or they robbed them and them other people too. I hope he didn't do it, man. But
the local gangs, especially, you know, foreign local gangs, Albanian, Georgian, they were thoroughly examined by the police. They were cracking skulls. This case was huge. It was so high profile.
Yeah, I bet.
The murder of Caroline Crouch had gripped Greece by the balls.
Yeah, that ain't good luck, man.
But no progress was being made.
He looks stressed.
Έχει όσα περισσότερα μπορούσαμε να μας έρθουν και κάθε μέρα αυτή τη στιγμή είναι 10, 15, 20 άνθρωποι στο δρόμο και ψάχνουν. Αυτό ξέρω, είναι συνέχεια σε επικοινωνία μαζί μου όσο έχω μπορέσει να τους βοηθήσω. Αν υπάρχει κάποιος που μπορεί να τους βρει, θα τους βρουν τα παιδιά αυτά.
Ήταν τόσο σκληροί. Δηλαδή δεν καταλάβαιναν από τα παρακάλια σας, από αυτά που τους λέγατε.
Παιδιά, μας έδεσαν και από εκείνο το σημείο και μετά δεν τους είχαμε πει ήδη που είναι τα χρήματα. Δεν ξέρω.
Εσύ κατάφερες και πήρες τηλέφωνο.
Όταν συνειδητοποιήσεις ότι η γυναίκα σου δεν βρίσκεται στη ζωή.
Όταν μέλησαν οι αστυνομοί. Όταν ήρθαν οι αστυνόμοι μέσα και μέλησαν και έβγαλαν από το κεφάλι μου τα δεσμά.
Και η κορούλα?
Η κορούλα μου ευτυχώς δεν έχει χτυπήσει, πήγε στο νοσοκομείο προληπτικά και ευτυχώς είναι καλά.
Days went by, and after multiple interviews, the police were unable to link the Georgian man to the murder. And
Okay.
although the home of Babis and Caroline had CCTV, it wasn't on the night of. As for forensics
That's
on
suspicious.
Caroline's body, nada. In fact, forensics in the entire house, well, these intruders were magicians.
Ooh,
Under her fingernails, it was
man.
conclusive, and there were no real marks on her body to speak of.
Okay.
Babis would post this on Instagram, a loving memory to his dear departed. It seems like the life they had together, one of vacations, luxuries, and love, had been destroyed by some other.
Man.
But the pictures Babis and Caroline, posted on social media, they weren't the real story. Of course, it's the
Ooh,
usual
of
thing,
course, of
what you
course.
post on social media.
Now spill the
but that's
tea.
not reality.
Tell
That's
us.
not the real life they were living. People, of course, they only post what they want you to see.
That is the truth when it comes to social media. We have these, curated lives that we create for those that we hold dear. We allow them to see the perfect bite-sized bits of our lives, giving them just enough happiness and sadness so that they feel like they know us, but they don't ever really know us. You just post a little tidbit here and there on Twitter, but ain't nobody, they see your post, they like it, retweet it, but they ain't really there with you in the trenches, but hey, it be like that.
They don't post pictures of the boring and shit times, which we all have, without exception. And without exception was Caroline Crouch. Babis
Okay.
and Caroline had been in marriage counselling together, and the fact that they weren't sleeping together can be a clue. Things weren't great, and she kept a diary. She wrote parts of her diary in code, so I guess Babis couldn't, read it. But we can. 31st of December 2019.
Now, they ain't try to look in to see if there was any issues between them two. I guess they was trying to be, I guess they weren't trying to be too rude.
I argued with Babis again, this time a lot. I hit him, I cursed him, and he broke the door. The only thing I wanted was for him to ask if I was well when I woke up. I'm thinking about leaving, going to my sister. I don't know if I can continue with Babis. I love him so much that I can't leave him, even if this relationship is harming me.
Baby, he was trying to groom you. That's why he picked you up when you were 16. That way, I don't know. And now he's trying to, what I'm saying? I don't know, man. He's trying to trap you with all them responsibilities when you got married. Y'all went to holiday, got married, adopted a dog, 4 cats, and a baby. Bro, he's trying to load you up with responsibilities, keep you distracted.
From her diary, it seems she had wanted to leave for a long time. The only thing stopping her was that she didn't want her daughter to grow up without her parents being together.
I can see that.
Some of the codes she would use, it's been reported, is that she would use the letter M a lot, which police thought meant Malakas, which basically means wanker. Then DG Gamma, dangerous fucking guy. XX Xylo, as in beating. PP, Paleopustus, dirty old F word. Yeah, the one with the G's in it. It seems they argued quite a lot, and she had to be careful about what she said, hence the diary where she could, you know. And let's go back to something earlier. The CCTV inside their house. This was one of the last shots. Babis with their daughter. This was taken around 1 a.m. And then, hours before the intruders broke in, the SD card had been removed from the camera. Some timing. It was over a month after the murder, while Babis and Caroline's family were at a memorial for young Caroline. Here he is hugging her mother. While they were at that memorial service
weird.
for her on Alanissus, police arrived and said, Babis, you gotta come in.
Yeah.
Babis, he was a lot like another Greek, an ancient Greek, Herodotus. A teller of stories, Babis, he kind of had his own The Histories. And also a father of lies.
I
His
can
story
see
just
that.
didn't quite add up, didn't make much sense. In fact, nothing he said did, and the police had found proof of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Babis and Caroline had gotten into an argument over custody. She had been texting
about
a
like
friend
now?
saying she was leaving the early morning of the 11th of May 2021, and then he killed her. Babis was arrested and charged with his wife's murder.
This is Babis Ananiastopoulos, comforting his mother-in-law this week. Her memorial service was held on Thursday. And that is when Ananiastopoulos was detained by police and
good.
told that they had fresh evidence against him.
He asked what's going on, and his reaction is kind of strange and awkward. He told them that the memorial isn't over and asked the officers to let him attend the memorial until the end. They refused to let him and told him for his own good to hide his cell phone and not call anyone, and that they have to leave immediately.
Caroline's murder in May shocked Greece.
The examination of some evidence, and especially the digital evidence that we'd confiscated from the site, gave us some clues, especially the evidence that showed movement of objects, in particular the husband's phone, during the same time he had testified that he was tied up.
Yikes.
For weeks, Greece has been shocked by the spectre of a violent, murderous gang. If the police are right, then this horrendous crime instead comes down to the fury of just one man.
Well then.
Caroline had been wearing a smart watch, which, you know, tracks your pulse and all that kind of shit. And it showed that at 4 a.m., she had been sleeping soundly. Her pulse went from sleeping to spiking in seconds, and 11 minutes later, it flatlined. This was an hour before he said they broke in. And Babis also had on his phone, you know, a step tracker, step counter. And it showed that while he said he was tied to a chair, the phone step counter showed he'd been walking around his house quite a bit that entire night. He staged the scene, killed his own dog, and placed his child next to her dead mother to make the scene more, grisly.
My goodness. My man, what is up with you?
And then 2 hours later, he called the police. During an 8-hour interrogation, he broke down and confessed. He said it got physical. She pushed and punched, and his judgment became, quote, blurred. And so he strangled her. He said she refused to apologize to him after an argument over their daughter, presumably custody issues, as she wanted to leave, and, well, he suffocated her. He said he smothered Caroline to death by pressing her face against a pillow for 5 minutes, and he could hear her scream as he did so. He then said he concocted the whole armed robbery scenario as he didn't want Lydia to lose both her parents. Almost 6 weeks after Caroline's death, he was in cuffs. His trial began a year later.
So his trials this year. Huh.
He argued it wasn't premeditated, didn't plan out jack shit. You know, Caroline, fisticuffs and he just snapped and strangled her and then didn't know what to do. So he killed his dog. Motherfucker. Malakis, am I right? After all, she was a kickboxer and could knock 7 shades of shite out of him. He
Probably
said
could.
he was aiming for the lesser charge of manslaughter, not murder, a crime of passion. But the prosecution, they disputed that, because Caroline, she was asleep when he attacked, and they could tell via her, boom boom. So,
Yeah,
well,
that is true.
yeah. He was also charged with murdering their dog, Roxy. Fucking hanging it from the stairs.
Τέρας, Τίνος, θα σε απίσει στη φυλακή, Καριόλη. Τίνος, θα σε απίσει στη φυλακή, αλήτη.
He would take the stand for 10 hours, saying he lost control. But it wasn't enough to convince the judge and the jury.
You lost control? Why
He
didn't
was
you just
found
tell
guilty
people you
and
killed her?
received a life sentence for premeditated murder. In Greece, that's no parole for 20 years. Also a jail term of 11 years and 6 months for the brutal murder of Roxy, and a fine of 21,000 euros.
Man, you sick, bro. Can't drink. I went across the street and they didn't have AHA yesterday, and I was sad. Man. That's
so
messed up,
ends
bro.
Probably the most high-profile case in recent Greek criminal history. Tragic one. Tragically, once again, we see a case. Just divorce. Just fucking divorce. He was an okay liar. People from the start did doubt his story.
Yeah, I would have doubted that straight up,
and
man.
leaving the
He couldn't
husband
even
isn't
tell the
the
story
usual.
straight.
Her fighting back with a baby was also not terribly usual. This was just not something that happened in Greece. And kind of how he acted.
You know, I don't want to be like this in the recent events of things. I've been watching a lot of TV and a lot of things dealing with lies and truths. You know, I don't want to bring anything controversial here. You know, but some of us been watching it too. You know, and you know, I feel like when you have something happen to you, you are able, I know some parts of you can block out the information, because I myself have gone through traumatic things, and you know, some parts of the situation are it's like blurry, you know, it just happens really fast, but like the moments themselves still, I feel like, stick with you. Like the gritty moments of it still stick with you. And like homie right here is talking about he got robbed. Okay, so like a couple years ago, beginning of COVID, I was sitting in my house playing video games, and some homie tried to break in my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here, I'm trying to play the long forgotten Crucible. It's no longer, it was an Amazon MOBA. I tried to play it. It doesn't exist no more, because they had no idea what they were doing as game developers. Like, they had 2 game modes. They had this weird mode that no one knew how to play, and you couldn't talk to people because talking to people is toxic. And then like they had this weird battle royale mode that didn't make any sense. But yeah. But anyways, I'm sitting here trying to play Crucible, and then like next thing I know, I hear a bang on my door. I'm just chilling, bang on the door. I'm like, must be the neighbors doing some stuff, you know. Ollie gets up, does this little arf bark, you know what I'm saying? He's like, hey man, checking out the scene, cause my homie, my pa is sitting in the room, and I was like, hey Ollie, what you find? He came back, eyes all big, and I'm like, now Ollie, Your eyes is looking pretty big right now. They look like he came back and he you know, we don't speak the same language. But if we could, Ollie told me, "Hey bro, you need to go take a look at this door." Cause it kept happening and I realized it was real up close. So, you know, I get up and I go over to the door and I look through the peephole. Actually, I don't even look through the peephole. I'm looking at the door, and I see my door is like, you know, pushed in, kinda, and somebody's banging on it real hard. And I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is this right here going on? What is going on here? Like, I'm just like, what the hell could possibly going on? So I walk up and without thinking, I just look in the peephole and then close the top little latch. And I look in, I see this weird, scruffy looking guy banging on my door. He's just elbowing it. And I'm just sitting there and I take a step back and I'm just like, now what the hell is this? And I'm like, hey, buddy, what's up? Can I help you? And he's like, give me everything you got. And I'm like, I don't know about that, buddy. And then, like, I'm sitting there, and he's like, you got 5 minutes. I'm gonna come back and smoke you. And I'm like, well, then, I don't like the sound of that. So I go back in my room, and I just call my mom, and I'm like, hey, bro, somebody's trying to break in my house, man. And my mom's like, what? Somebody's what? She's freaking out a little bit. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, somebody. And I was like, I think I need to call the cops. And then she's like, yeah, you probably should do that. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should. Because the only thing I got, he says he's going to come back and smoke me. But the only thing I got is this baseball bat and this knife. And then, like, I just pick up the baseball bat. And I'm just like, I guess is all I got. So I hang up with my mom and I call the police and I ain't getting no luck, man. They didn't even come, bro. They came, but they didn't come up to my house. I was like a little excited because I was like, yeah, bro, somebody's trying to break in my house. I don't know what to do. Like my door's stuck. I'm up here. He says he's gonna come kill me. I don't really believe that, but you know. But they end up going to my like apartment complex. They live in these old houses, and like they don't come up to my apartment. They're dumb and they can't figure out that there's like multiple paths and potentially like a path upstairs. They don't really investigate the scene all that well. So like I call again, and like they are left. They're busy, and this is when all the protest stuff is going on. So like they couldn't help because there was stuff going on. And then I had to make a police report on, you know, the phone, and it was kind of annoying because, you know, this guy told me he was gonna come back and kill me. And yeah, it was very unsettling. But then okay, hold on, let me get a drink. Let me get my drink. I have some more aha. But then yeah. Hold on. But yeah. Then I called my landlord and they called a maintenance guy to come fix my doorish area, like the frame and everything, because there was like whatever, because it wasn't that bad. And then he like left my door, like I had no door to my apartment for like an hour. So like I was really freaking out then. So like this guy is, you know, told me he's gonna come back and kill me. He just walked off because he couldn't get inside after a while. And then I'm like, I guess he's probably not really about that life. But the fact that my door, you know, was open, I guess he probably saw the cops and ran off and was like, ain't worth it. Which I don't blame him. I'd probably run away too if, you know, I tried to break in somebody's house, couldn't get in because they were home, and then the cops came. I'd feel like a big goofy. I'd feel like a big goofy because I literally picked the wrong house to go break into. Not only was somebody here, yeah, Not only was somebody, yeah, I don't know if you've been listening to the whole story, but yeah, during the beginning of COVID, somebody tried to break in my house while I was here. But yeah, and then like, oh, before that, sorry, excuse me, before the maintenance man, my mom called my cousins, and they came over. They came over with their guns, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, we got you, bro." And they like helped me get out of my house because my door was broke and I couldn't like get out. I needed someone like to pull the door. I needed someone to like pull the door while I did like the top latch. But eventually I got out. They did like they stayed for a little bit and until like my maintenance guy came and then they fixed the door and then I was straight. I was good. Literally like the next day I went to the store and bought me a gun and I was like, "Yeah, America, Second Amendment." Never before then did I believe in owning a gun, but the fact that somebody broke him trying to break in my house while I was here, and then I called the police, and I called the police multiple times to see when they were coming, and no one came. So at that point, I lost faith in the police system and said the founding fathers made the Second Amendment just for this reason, so that if somebody tried to come up and run me for my shit, I could pull out my and threaten me with a shooting. I could pull out my blicky blicky and shoot them back if they come at me in my house like that. You know, I don't want to be a violent person, nor do I advocate violence. But if you what does that flag say? Don't tread on me. I'm most definitely about that. Don't try to step on me, bro. I don't I like to live in a sphere of neutrality and I don't like creating waves. I like balance. Uh-huh. Like I used to be all let's go with the dark side, burn it to the ground, like Sith stuff. But then I realized with the Force, I like the Jedi, don't get me wrong, but I like Force lightning. But then I I like Force lightning, hear me out. But then I learned like, it's about a balance. You gotta, gotta be at peace with your inner self. And you see, it just so happened that I needed a new tool so when words could no longer set the balance to a gray area and someone tries to take me for my life, that I can reset that balance and let them know that my life matters and they are going to have to reevaluate. They should most definitely reevaluate the decisions that they are about to make upon my life. You see, I'm all for individuals being able to do whatever they want, but when your actions then impede upon another individual, which this individual, he was most definitely trying to, he wanted to do something that was going to impede upon what I wanted to do, and I wanted to play video games, and he wanted my stuff. And I was not going to let that happen. I can let you know right now, I was not gonna let that happen. Um, I let him. I felt like me talking to him the way I did while he tried to break into my house. I let him know that I was not taking him serious. To me, I thought it was a huge joke of life. I thought it was hilarious. I still, to this day, maybe that's just the wrong way I should be taking this situation, but I thought it was the most hilarious thing that I could have ever happened to me in my life because it was to me, it was to me, I laugh at things that are very unexpected, I think, and I get fun at seeing things that are not that are very unexpected. I guess it's also because I don't really try to expect for things to happen in my life. I enjoy the things that do happen to my life as they come. Of course, I do try to steer and move towards specific goals and outcomes. But I once read a book that was called How to Not Give a Fuck, and it was pretty much talking about how the reason why we are very upset with a lot of the things that happen in our life is because we are on a level entitled. So I felt like for me to achieve a level of happiness that I should not expect anything even out of my days to a specific degree. So for me, I felt I had extreme enjoyment out of that entire situation, not only because it happened, I thought it was funny that it happened, but because I survived and I felt like I handled that situation fairly well. Um, I could have freaked out and handled it very wrong, and it's something completely bad could have happened, but I felt like nothing bad did happen from the situation, and I was able to grow from it. As a result of growing, I obtained a weapon for self-defense and learned how to use this weapon. And luckily, if I ever come into this situation again, I most definitely will laugh at this individual in their face. All right, let's get back to the video. I don't take things like this serious. I don't know why I can't. It's just something about danger that makes me laugh. Simply because I feel like there's either one or two ways there's one or two ways the situation will turn out. Either nothing bad happens or bad things happen. And those are the one or the two things that will ever happen with a situation. So if I come at it neutral and I exude a good energy, maybe I can sway the universe to make something good happen in my favor. And that's how I try to achieve that, how I go about that situation, and how I try to go about all situations. Because, one, I got to a point where I just don't care about I don't know, I just don't care. It just doesn't matter. So it's like I do care, and things do matter, but it's like to ultimately get upset and or distraught for a prolonged period of time does not, I feel like, is more detriment to us as people. You should most definitely think about what happened and how it happened and what you could do to no longer allow bad things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, say you failed at a speech. Well, why'd you fail at the speech? You should reflect on that and then, grow, adapt, improve, and then never allow you to be bad at the speech thing again. Grow from the things that happen to you, even good things or bad things. Like if something good happens to you, you could always look at it and be like, that's good. This this was a successful thing. Maybe I should do this more, and then potentially, switch it up, grow from it. And then if you do something and then something bad happens, you can see what you were trying to do. What were you trying? You know what I'm saying? See, go back, look at what you were trying to do, see where you messed up, see where you can improve on where you messed up, and then if you're able to recognize that, then you continue to try. You can either try it again and or try a new variant of it. That's just how I see it. To ultimately allow something like that to take control of your life and hold you back, you should not. I know I still allow some things to drive me and control me, but it's a ever going process. You gotta learn. That's what I'm saying. You gotta see that it's a problem and adapt from it. But that's the reason why I wasn't really scared of it, because I was just like, this guy's tweaking, bro. And then if I do something too crazy, he's not gonna like it. But hey, let's get back to this.
Seems kind of lame to me. He should have watched some more of those Greek tragedies. Get some tips on acting. Instead of maybe creating one. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time watching me, watching this guy, his little Hawaiian shirt. Here, go on. See you always real soon in the next little video. But until then, just please look after yourselves and each other.
Will do, man.
Thanks. I love you. Moikapy.
Alrighty. Excuse me. I think that's where I'm gonna stop for videos for the evening. I know I just did a big old burp, but I think this is where I'm gonna stop for the evening on videos. I am going to pull up the Rising, but I'm going to take a restroom break real quick and I will go from there. So if you guys can give me a few minutes, I'm going to play a 3-minute ad and then I will be, I guess, back to keep providing you some wonderful, wonderful content. Unless you have some more videos for me to watch, if you have me on Twitter, it's at Moikapy. You can probably find me on the link tree here. But if you have any videos for me to watch or anything like that, you can at me there and we can do that. But I will be right back. I'm going to play that ad real quick. need to get to a safe place. Yeah, I need to get a safe. I need to get a safe place. Alright. Wait, where's the worker I want? No, it's a copper mine. Like, I don't even know why my glasses. It's like, are my glasses just like that loose on my face? They're not even like moving. They just like explode. That was a worker. That was a bad worker.
Fight to the death. Toss the dice. Well, for you, maybe. Think on your feet. Think on your feet. This can't be right.
Alright. Unmuted. I can't see nothing. Is it workers? I wonder if I could have built up here. That'd be cool. I was hoping they'd respawn a little faster, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I guess I probably actually have to like leave the area. Let's see what's going on here. That's a good one. Dang. He was 45%. Alright, I'm gonna take this 26%. Dang. You got so bad. Oh, dang. I hate him too much. But yeah, I cannot transform while I have followers. Oh my gosh. Hope he doesn't die. I need to go home. Just hope he doesn't die. Oh my gosh, she made it so hard to get around. mode. Just, you know what I'm saying? This is my favorite, like, ability when it comes to having a travel in vampire mode, because you get 2 dashes. Super clean. We getting there. We in here. Alright, put them in this coffin right here. 50%, you got 6 to 10%. That ain't bad though, you know what I'm saying? You got a humble appearance. Fairbane Hunter. I just wanted a worker. I thought it'd be cool to have one. He's a miner. Yeah. Right. I have a little bit more I need to do, but I think I'm gonna save that for tomorrow since I'll be streaming. I'll be going for the study. I'm gonna end the stream for tonight here. Thank you all for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I actually had a lot of fun watching those videos first and kind of talking to you guys about what was going on. I hope you guys felt the same. I probably will follow the same format going forward. Just watch a few YouTube videos, react to them, talk about them, and then play whatever game I'm going to play. That's fair for a couple hours or more. So that's what I'm going to do. But thank you again. Thank you all for tuning in. I am going to, this is where it's going to be. That's what I'm calling it. And this is where I end the stream for tonight. I'll be back with some more reactions and more gameplay of V Rising tomorrow. I'll probably be on just a little bit longer, doing a little bit more. And yeah. Thank you all and see you all later.
Gotta figure out how to end this.